back to my channel. Well, it's been a long time, but thank you for tuning in. And the reason why it's been a long time is because I didn't know how I would come back, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later on in the video. But it's been a year. Last thing I posted up was my washing my makeup brushes and everything, and which is still cool. But then I took a little time during pandemic and whatnot to really reevaluate myself, who I am as an artist, and trying to build my business. And this is what we're here to talk about. So my journey as a beginner makeup artist, I started back in about August, September-ish of 2019, when it comes to like getting my kit together, buying things for it, and then starting to work on friends and family to really try to hone in my skills and to hone in my skills, learn technique, all that. And I ended up getting my first client 2020, early 2020, which is a friend from work. I did her makeup as practice before, and then she asked me to do her makeup for her birthday. Did that, it was nice. And then global insanity. And from then I just tried to make content that I thought would be suitable. But then after the last video I posted, I felt like I wasn't bringing anything worth value to my channel or something that people would want to watch. So then I just kind of took a break and tried to focus more on actually doing makeup and what I want to do. And I just kind of put YouTube on the back burner. But now I'm back to share what I've learned in this last year. So I hope you guys are interested in that, and stay tuned for the next clip. And thank you guys so much for watching. So if you're interested in what I have to say, please don't forget to comment, subscribe, and you know, all that good stuff. Like it. All right, so, and I have a couple of tips in between all of this too that I'm going to get into while I'm telling you about my journey. So hopefully I don't ramble on, but I have a list. I'm looking at my phone and it's right here. So first tip number one, and this is starting into my story: realize where you are in your journey. Me, I'm a beginner makeup artist. I started work doing makeup on my mom and then my sister and then some friends, mostly friends from work, to understand the products that I had in my kit that I just bought off of whim. Honestly, I did my research but never worked with the product itself, and so I used that as an opportunity to do makeup on my friends, see how the makeup works, get a feel for how it looks on camera and how it looks outside. And I liked it, and it actually worked really, really well. And these were like professional grade makeup products that I was using. So in this whole year that I've been trying to figure out my life, right? Into 2020, two of my mom's friends actually were getting married, and through referrals, one of them ended up canceling, but I did her bridal trial and the makeup turned out so well, but the wedding ended up getting canceled. And then the second wedding, which was one of my mom's really good friends, turned out amazing. And if you like to see the photos, it's on my Instagram. She wanted like a purple eye because that's her favorite color. Her dress was purple and it was amazing, so her makeup look was purple and she loved it. The makeup turned out absolutely beautiful on her, and this is just using literally the basic products that I had in my kit at the time. Now moving into 2021, I didn't really get any following, and then also going back to like around September 2020, I ended up becoming a vendor on Wedding Wire in the Knot. And what I didn't realize is that obviously you have to pay, they have to make their money somehow. You pay to get featured on their pages so that people can look you up and find you as a vendor. Me, I was just a makeup artist, and they inquire about your services, you give them details, and then they either book you or not book you and all that stuff. So when I first started out, I was getting inquiry after inquiry after inquiry, and I'm like, yes, I'll do your makeup. I figured out prices and all that stuff. which brings me to my second point, is know your worth. At the time, I was still a beginner, so my worth wasn't worth much because I had only done professionally at the time 2 people that year, which is one of which was in February before global chaos, and then 2 which was in like December or sometime my mom's friend's wedding. So I had really nothing to go off of, and I was kind of building prices based on the area that I lived and the experience that I had at the time, which was none, to be honest. Did I get paid for those services? Yes, but I didn't really have much experience besides working on friends. And it wasn't a lot of friends. It was like a few. I did a themed shoot with one of my coworkers' friends who's a photographer, and then one of my coworkers herself did her makeup for practice once, and then I asked her to do the shoot and she agreed, and then it turned out really good. And that was like my only type of professional photos that I got from anyone. So she's pretty much like the face of my Instagram, and any type of thing that I put out there, she's pretty much the face of it, because she's the only one that I actually have professional photos of. But at the time, that second wedding was the only real other client that I had, so coming up with prices and trying to figure out what my worth was on Wedding Wire and the Knot was kind of difficult, especially when people are actually trying to find someone to do their makeup for their wedding. So at the end of 2020, didn't book anyone, and then going into 2021, still same thing. People inquire, then you tell them their prices, and then after that you don't really hear from them again. That has been my experience the whole year. So then I thought, okay, after this year I'm not gonna be on Wedding Wire and the Knot once my contract is over. Yes, you have to sign a contract, but once it's over, I'm not gonna put myself out there anymore, or at least on that platform. Not that they're bad, they're actually a really great platform, but because I didn't have a really solid clientele to begin with, so not a lot of people to give me reviews, or I wasn't booking a lot of clients, it didn't make sense for me to pay every month without any type of reimbursement. So I wasn't booking any clients to pay for the website that I'm actually paying out of pocket at this point. So it was kind of hurting my pockets, and I didn't feel that it was necessary for me to do that. So all of 2020, or the rest of 2021 up until recently, I hadn't booked anyone. And so until there was one, and she was actually my first, well, technically 2, because I booked someone early on in the year for February of 2022. So she was my first booked client. But the first client that I actually did ended up being in October of 2021, which is just a few weeks ago. And she was my actually first booked and paid and finished client, let me put it that way. And absolutely turned out amazing. And then from then, it was a 4-person job, so it was a bride plus 3 bridesmaids, and turned out amazing. Loved her family, loved her bridesmaids, and it was awesome, all around awesome. Which brings me to my second point, or third, I think we're on. You will make mistakes. And this I'm going to refer to as a client that I found on Wedding Wire. She inquired, she wanted to do a bridal trial, which I did. And up until I started doing like eyeliner on her, everything else was good. The eye makeup, we kind of tweaked a little bit, but everything else was fine up until I couldn't get the eyeliner right. And I suck at eyeliner, and this is one thing I need to practice, is doing a winged like black liner. And for some reason it looks good on one eye, because I'm right-handed, it looks good on the one I did like facing me, but then the other one, because I'm right-handed, it doesn't come out the same. So it was kind of tricky trying to figure it out. It took a long time. She had another appointment, and from then on it just kind of went downhill from there. Didn't hear from her again. It was kind of sad. But own it, and just know that in this business there are some things you will continuously have to learn. You will make mistakes, and that was I consider it a mistake, because I guess I didn't practice enough on that. And when people are trying to book you, they want a sense of perfection, because they're paying you for a service and they want to look good. They want to look nice, and they don't want some crooked eyeliner on their wedding day. And I understand that. I get it. Which brings me to my next point. There's always something to improve on. For me, it's, a lot. I have a lot to learn about, a lot more to learn about different types of makeup, different finishes. For me personally, my biggest threat is the eyeliner. So I have a lot to work on when it comes to that. And then finding ways to kind of mimic a line, or just doing it in general. And this is just my own perspective, or my own thing. Yours might be something different. But yeah, there's always something to improve on. Now this is going to be my going to my next point. Don't overpromise anything to your client. Be honest. I had a lot of inquiries on Wedding Wire and The Knot who were looking for hair and makeup. I can do hair. I can style it. I can curl it. I'm not the best hairstylist, but I can do a curl. I can flat iron. I can put your hair in like a very simple updo if necessary, but I'm not a hair artist. The most I can do is do some like nice curls and, you know, have your hair looking really full. But I don't promote myself as a hair artist at all, or a hairstylist, because I'm not a professional at that. I haven't practiced it. I haven't perfected it. And that's something that I don't do. The reason why I know so much about it is my mom is a hairstylist. She's been doing it for years, and I learned from her, like assisting her in her shop, or when she used to do hair at home or whatever, just learning and doing hair on my friends when I was younger, and sometimes now, and braiding. Like, I used to do a lot of that kind of stuff, but professionally I don't want to charge people to do their hair if I'm not a professional, and it doesn't sit right with me if I can't do it. I don't want to overpromise, yeah, I'll do your hair, and then it comes to the day of and it looks crazy, because what's the point? So me, I don't promote myself as a hairstylist or hair artist at all. I do not do hair. I have no desire. It's fun sometimes, but I just don't want to deal with it. So whenever someone asks, do you do hair too, I'm just like, nope, strictly makeup, because that's what I'm more proficient in. That's what I learned. That's what I study. That's what I practice. That's what I do, is makeup. I don't do anything with hair unless like, I don't know, one of my friends, hey, could you curl my hair? Or if I'm doing like a styled shoot with a friend and I just happen to bring my flat iron or a curling iron just to touch up real quick, that's something completely different. But I would never charge someone to do their hair, because that's not me. That's not my thing. And brings me on to my next my next point. Always be honest with your clients. Always be honest. Don't lie, because this hasn't been my experience, and I've learned honesty is the best policy, even if they don't book you. But be honest with your clients. If there's something that you can't do, you don't feel comfortable doing, don't do it. And don't promise them something that they're expecting you to do, because then you have to perform. And if you lie, then you're a liar, and no one's going to trust you. Especially on a professional level. You want to be honest with your clients. You want to be honest with people that you're working with, whether that be other vendors like photographers or hairstylists. Be honest with anyone that you're working with, or you're working for, or you're providing services for. Be honest with them. This is a point I probably should have put before, but I'm gonna probably put this into my next point, is practice, practice, practice. And then I'm gonna tie this in with the other point, is use your friends and family. In this business, when you're starting out, you're gonna be doing a lot of free stuff. So using your own product that you bought to replenish when you have paying clients, you're gonna be using that product on your friends and family so that you can perfect your skill. Yeah, is it considered wasting product? And it's just, yeah, but in this, it's like an on-the-spot learning experience for you. So it's like, sure, you're using your product, but I mean, this is your way of learning more. So think of it as like out of school practice or on the field practice. and it gives you time to reflect on what skill you need to improve on. For me, it's the winged eyeliner, so I can use my friends and family to help, especially since everyone has a different eye shape, to really practice on different eye shapes and different techniques I can learn to do it, different styles of the actual product. So whether it be a gel liner or some other type of product, like a multi-use product. For example, the Danessa Myricks Color Fix comes in black, and it sets like it sets once it dries. That type of product, which I actually bought, and it works beautifully. Or whether that be like a pencil or whatever. But use and learn, use these experiences to your advantage, even though you're using your stuff in your kit. I feel like it's beneficial. I feel like it's helpful, and if it's going to improve your skill, why not do it? And let's see, another point I want to go into is every client isn't your client. This was kind of hard for me to understand at first, because when you're looking into the eyes of social media, things are majority done with a filter. When people are looking for, I want my makeup done like that, sometimes people don't realize that it's not, first of all, it's not your work. So whoever the makeup artist is did an excellent job with that makeup. But another thing is, whoever posted the photo probably, not always all the time, but probably use some type of filter to make the makeup stand out a little bit better. And you have to realize, or sometimes your clients won't realize that they're not going to look exactly like that. For one, the features are different. For two, you may not be using the exact same products as the makeup artist who did it. And for three, no one's going to look like an Instagram model in person. You know, because it depends on your texture, your face texture, what products you use, your technique behind it all. You can come up with a similar look, but nothing on social media that your client wants is going to look the same on them. And some people can do a full glamorous look. Some people prefer a more natural way to go. Me, I'm more like a natural soft glam type of makeup artist. I'm not like a full glam makeup artist. And so that's just my technique or my style of makeup. And so the clients that I attract like my style. And so you have to know that every client is not your client. So don't, and this is kind of ties into with the always be honest with your client, is that pretty much every client isn't for you. Like if you can do a full glam, then you're probably not going to attract someone who wants natural makeup done. Or if you are someone who does more a natural bridal makeup look, you're not going to attract someone who, you're not someone who saw your work and likes it but wants this full glam, all out highlight and all that stuff, probably won't book you, because you're more of like a natural makeup artist or natural looking makeup artist. So just know there are differences. And like even people who do Halloween looks, I am not that artist because I can barely draw to save my life. I would never do a Halloween look because I don't know how. I can practice it and learn it until I can perfect it, but you will probably never see me do any type of Halloween makeup. I mean, I can do like, you know, draw little stitches. I was a scarecrow at one time and it was actually pretty cute, but I don't promote myself as doing Halloween makeup because that's not what I do. And you probably won't see any type of Halloween makeup on my social media platforms. So that's another thing to consider when starting your business, kind of knowing who you are as an artist, and not every client is going to be drawn to you. And another thing I want to add is, before I go to my last point, the next point is social media. Use it as a tool, to use it as like your free online portfolio. So any type of professional photos that you can put on there, do it. Use this as a way to let people know, like some people don't always go to different websites. They'll try and what's your Instagram, and find that to see how, if they want your services. And Instagram is a very popular platform. So use that as a free space to promote your work without having to buy a website or anything. Doing a website will help with like booking and stuff, so that you don't have to worry about so many people DMing you and keeping track of who's who. But using that as like an entire free marketing agent for you. Just post your pictures, but you know, make them look nice and make your I don't know, people have aesthetics. I mean, do what you do, but just use that as your free advertisement pretty much. My last point is find a mentor. This has helped me greatly because 2 people that I talked to, the first person that I asked to be my mentor, she actually does my mom's makeup for special events, and I was drawn to her back before I even started makeup because I wanted to do it so bad, but I just didn't know how to start or what to do. And she works at MAC, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's my dream to work there. And for a long time, this is like my early 20s, I had watched her do my mom's makeup. I had built my own personal makeup station or products that I use on myself to kind of teach myself how to do it. And then one time I was buying, I don't know, I went to MAC to buy something, and I saw her there, and I told her that I wanted to get started. I had bought my kit already, and I was excited, and she was like, hey, hit me up. And I talked to her, we had lunch, and I did what'd I do? I assisted her on one wedding before, just to see, because I really wanted to start this business, but I didn't know how. I didn't know exactly what to do. And so assisting her on that wedding job that she had really gave me a very inside glimpse of what it is to truly be a makeup artist. And although I've seen her do my mom's makeup before, it was more of an observant, from an observant lens, like, oh my gosh, I want to do this one day, and not from a, okay, this is how the job is done. So seeing her do this job at a wedding, and seeing how long it took her to do it, seeing her do her products, and I was helping her clean her brushes and all that stuff in between different clients, and just seeing how, you know, and I was like taking pictures with her camera and, you know, getting these different angles so that she can at least post them. And actually some of the photos on her social media she did post are the ones that I took of her, which was really nice. And just, you know, learning that, it was very humbling for me to learn, wow, it was a long job. It started at 8 o'clock and it ended up around like 2, because she had, I don't remember how many people she had to do, but it was quite a few. And it just gave me a very inside glimpse of what is it like to be a makeup artist. And from then on, I was hooked. I was like, I gotta do it. This is what I want to do. I want to do this full force. And so we had talks, and she really helped me out in my beginning stages. And I'm still in my beginning stages, by the way, but I'm a little bit more advanced and can provide you with like at least a little bit more knowledge of what I've learned this year. And my other mentor who I talk to is one who I sing with, and she's a hairstylist and makeup artist, and she teaches. She does some celebrity artists, and I don't know, she's amazing. She does it all. She does hair, she does makeup, she teaches, she works with different brands. She's all over the place, and I love her. And I'm glad that she actually took the time to even speak to me about how my career can go and all that and everything. And she pretty much helped me out in the business of makeup. And when it came down to like, does my contract look good to send out to people, like giving me really good constructive criticism about, you know, this whole business and what it's about, that really helped me become a better business woman in this field. Not necessarily about the technique of makeup itself, but in the business aspect of things. And so that really helped. So there's 2 people that I talked to, and I feel like having someone who's in this business, who's been in it for years, getting their insight, and not necessarily you have to follow everything that they say. I mean, every artist is different, and they have their own technique of doing things, and they have their own way of doing things. But giving insight from someone who does it is probably the best thing that you're gonna learn from and take away from being in this business. And I feel like everyone should have some sort of mentor. And I feel like that's where I'm gonna end this here. Actually, one more point. I know this is very lengthy, but here's one more. So I already have one full-time job. In March of 2021 of this year, I got hired on at Sephora, and this is a part-time job. So I work a full-time, and then I have Sephora as a part-time job, and I do freelance on the side whenever I can. But the reason why I bring that up is because working in a makeup space, a makeup counter, a makeup store, has very much benefited me as a makeup artist, and here's why. Working at Sephora, they have a lot of different brand representatives that come in from different brands, whether they're makeup brands, skincare brands, fragrance, or hair. And they come in, they teach you about their brand as a whole, different products that you may not have known of or known about. They kind of go in there and teach you so that you're able to speak about the product and sell it to a client. But for the most part, being in an environment, for me, it was being in this makeup space allowed me to understand the culture of beauty more, so that I can better understand how to be a better artist and how that goes hand in hand. While you're working at Sephora, there's new rules now, but as of right now, you have to be a licensed professional in order to do makeup looks or do paid services on people. And because I'm not licensed, I can't do like a full glam face and makeup on people, because it's like you can't work in a salon without being a licensed cosmetologist, or you know what I mean. So it's kind of that thing. You can't get paid, you can't you have to be a licensed professional in order to do paid services in an establishment. And since I'm not licensed, I can't do any paid services at Sephora. But the most that I can do is color match. So that's like, you know, swatching foundations, putting them on people to see if it's their color. So in doing that, I started in April, it is now October, so I've been doing this for 6 months. Just that alone has helped me tremendously in learning about color theory, color matching, understanding different skin types, skin tones, what product works best for this skin type, learning more about skincare and how it affects your skin and how that transforms into the way your makeup looks. You learn a lot working at Sephora, and I hope it's the same across any other makeup store, but because I can't speak about anyone else, I've only been at Sephora for 6 months. This was my first ever makeup retail store that I've ever worked at. I absolutely love it there, but they teach you so much about, it's a lot of like client-based work. But just speaking about the makeup alone, skincare and makeup really go hand in hand. When you have good skin, or you have a nice canvas to work on, the makeup applies a lot better. And I've learned a lot about skincare, and makeup. And these are like a lot of different brands, the consistency of different brands of makeup, a lot of different finishes, types. And I've known this before, but actually being engulfed in the community, or in the store rather, it has helped me grow into a better artist, which in fact helped me to make a definitive purchase on what type of foundation I want to put in my kit, and other products to include that I feel like works really good with all skin types, or most skin types, and I have a few things I cater to one skin type versus the other. And so that helped me make better purchase decisions, and also learning how to color match different people, from what type of foundations I should buy, or what kind, what brand, or whatever. It really didn't really matter. Well, it kind of did, but it helped me a lot. So if you can, I would encourage any makeup artist out there, if you've never worked in a beauty counter or a makeup store, do it. Find something that you like, find one that you like, and apply and work there. I feel like that's another beneficial thing about being an artist. You get to see a whirlwind of people with different skin tones, types, color ranges, all that, and learning color theory in a way by experiencing different people, I feel like really helped, because when you have clients that are inquiring about you and your services, not a lot of times you don't know who they are, and then when you finally see them, you have to perform and know what you're doing. So I feel like that's a very big help, and I hope that helps you. I'm gonna stop that here, and my next video I'll talk about all about Sephora and what I've learned from there besides this little chunk of information. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a long time coming, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I didn't blab too much. And just remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if this is something that you like and enjoy. I will be including some more vlogs later about this wedding that I did. That was amazing. And I have another bridal trial coming up this next week. So hopefully she lets me record then too. And hopefully she books me for the wedding that she has in November. So there's a lot of things going on right now. Just based off this one wedding, I feel it's kind of having triple effect. And I'll talk more about that another video because I've already rambled enough. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. I love you, and you have a fabulous day. See you in the next one. Bye.